Yeah.
So Ruben, it goes to XO2. Ben Weinberg is undefeated. What do you think about the top 8 of this one? It's starting to shape up. Weinberg's in the top 8 with Hive Mind. What else did you see floating around near the top tables when you were looking around?
I saw a lot of blue-white.
A lot of blue-white. Okay, yeah, we've seen like 3 different blue-white decks today. So.
Yeah, I mean, Tinker and Jace always, fan favorites.
Yeah, it's crazy how Stoneforge Mystic is just played in like every format. It's totally defining, and it's moved past the point where anybody can really say it's just the flavor of the month or something.
Card.
Yeah.
No. I mean, I think that Mystic, if you look at what it actually does to impact the game, is probably a little better than Tarmogoyf at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I think Mystic is definitely better than Tarmogoyf. Especially with how it's impacting the format.
Yeah.
So it looks like we are going to get a third match. Ruan versus Braun-Duin.
Ruan is the guy who actually beat me round 1. I mean, it was an interesting sort of turn of events. So I had 4 lands, and I had just resolved Vendilion Click on his turn. He had mulled to 5, so he brainstorms in response and stifles the trigger to go down to 2 cards, plays his 4th land, plays a Tarmogoyf, and has 1 card in hand and knows the top card of his library. My hand is Sower of Temptation, Spell Snare, Blood Moon, so I can play Blood Moon and hold Spell Snare for a Tarmogoyf. He has a basic forest and all non-basics other than that. Or I could just Sower his Tarmogoyf, but if he plays Knight, then he outraces me, and if he has a removal spell, then I'm pretty dead.
So did you up to Blood Moon?
So I Blood Moon him, and then he goes land, Sword of Fire and Ice, equip, attack.
Oh my.
Right, so that was how round 1 ended.
And he's playing New Horizons, right?
He's playing New Horizons with Stoneforge Mystic.
Stoneforge Mystic. So New Horizons.
New Horizons, yeah.
So the way New Horizons works is you have Stifles, and Stifles are in a sideboard actually. But you have...
Are they?
Yeah, Nether Reliquaries, Wastelands. We featured him earlier, and we noticed the Stifles were in a sideboard.
Yeah.
Looks like his opponent is playing Merfolk, Mutavault, Wasteland, Aether Vial. That's what that signals to me.
Yeah. Don't know many other decks in the format that play Aether Vial and Wasteland.
Yeah, I mean, without the Mutaland, it'd be like, okay, maybe Goblins, but the Mutavault kind of gives it away. And Brian goes for the Wasteland on the Tundra. I have not seen very much Merfolk at all.
I don't like Kai's end-step Brainstorm, because if you have to brainstorm on end-step for lands, then you should have just mulliganed your hand. And if you are brainstorming for action, then you should just hold it as long as you can.
Right. Or even main phase brainstorm for lands is probably better, right?
Yeah.
Unless you're trying to hit Stoneforge. So the Merfolk has no play. So Kai goes for another end-step brainstorm, looks like.
I mean, what's he looking for here?
Unclear. Well, he finds Misty Rainforest. I think it's a dual land in there, and Nether Reliquary. Yeah, I think it's just better to brainstorm on your main phase here.
Yeah. See an extra card. I mean, I think he really needs to set up Stoneforge Mystic is what he's going for.
Because that card is the...
Yeah, it's the absolute best card in blue-white decks against Merfolk, and it's why Merfolk has largely gone into hibernation, so to speak, because of Batterskull.
So explosives for 1, okay. That's a card you don't see too much of in Legacy these days, but it's a neat little one. It's very good here. Just running that Aether Vial, especially if Brian is stuck on a Mutavault. So yeah, it used to be that Merfolk beat up on kind of blue decks, but the invention of Batterskull, everything's changed.
Yeah, Batterskull...
And Mental Misstep too, but...
Batterskull is definitely top 10 creatures in Legacy for me.
Yeah. Along with Stoneforge Mystic, of course. But.
Yeah. I mean, they come stapled together.
Yeah. So Brian's going to force that Engineer Explosives.
And this is how Merfolk played out against blue decks of seasons and years past. Was sit there, just have 5 Merfolk in your hand, and activate it, Silvergill Adept, try and peel land, attack for 2.
It's probably going to be pretty much exactly that, as long as he doesn't mind attacking with that Immutable.
Yeah, I mean, like, if Kai swords it, then, like, cool.
Alright, so here are the deck lists.
Ooh, we have main deck Phyrexian Metamorph. I like it.
That's kind of spicy.
Yeah, this is awesome.
So Brian with Merfolk with main deck Metamorph gives them some extra lords. It could be Batter Skulls in the right situations.
This guy is making a statement.
There,
There is a 1 and a white 1/2 in Brian's sideboard. We'll tell you after the match ends what it is, but there are no white producers in his main deck.
he can only vial this card into play.
Correct. But it looks like he might want to bring it in a couple matchups, right?
So Kai searches up for a Forest, facing down a Silvergill Adept.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to see Neither Reliquary here, perhaps.
Yeah. Brian also has 3 Submerges, a Sower of Temptation, a Threads of Disloyalty, and 3 Dismembers that all look pretty good against Kai's deck.
Alright, so in his upkeep with the trigger on the stack, he activates a Vial, puts in Lord of Atlantis, and then kicks the Vial up to 3 counters.
Yeah. Merfolk is generally New Horizons' worst matchup.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But Mystic might change that with Batterskull?
Yeah. And New Horizons is generally pretty good against control decks if it can protect its knight.
Right. And there's a Dismember out of Brian's deck on that night.
Yeah, that's exactly what he wants to be doing right now.
And Brian serves in for 3 with that Adept, dropping Kai to 12 life. And Kai needs to find a Stoneforge Mystic. Looks like Sword of Fire and Ice. Not quite the one he was looking for.
Yeah, he only plays 3 Stoneforges, oddly enough.
There's another Knight of Reliquary.
No days out of Brian, which means that he's probably just on a bunch of awesome cards.
Now, Kai has a Sword of Temptation in his hand, which could be awesome for him, but he's going to need another land to make that work. He'd steal that Reejerey or something. Even though they're
we got a lot of damage coming in.
Oh, wow. That is quite a bit.
Brian correctly doesn't suicide Lord of Atlantis into Knight of the Reliquary.
So that's 8, right? Yeah, that'll drop Kai to 4 life. This might be it for Kai Ruan.
For all of you who play Merfolk at home, Lord of Atlantis, yes, a Merfolk, no, doesn't give itself Island Walk.
And Kai draws Mental Misstep there. I think that's going to be it.
Yeah.
He was able to untap with that Knight of the Reliquary. All right, there's a Tarmogoyf. Oh, he can kill his own tropical islands with
he can knight away his trop and waste his Tundra and block.
But I don't even think that does what he needs to do, right? Because then he can't block enough damage that way. All right, so he floats a mana off that. I think Kai's just playing out for show at this point. I don't think he has anything. Brian activates the Mutavault. And Brian goes to his attack step.
Actually, wait a minute. Yeah, if he only sends those 3, if he doesn't send Lord, then Kai's going to go to 1.
How does Kai go to 1?
Because he knights up a Wasteland, wastes the Mutavault, and blocks Silvergill Adept with Tarmogoyf, taking 3 from Reejerey.
But I thought the Mutavault was also attack. I mean, regardless, he decided to attack with all of them, and so that's going to be lights out.
Right, no. But like, if he doesn't attack with Lord there, then
yes. He'll only block 1 of them, and then he takes 4 or 6 or whatever.
No, because he knights away Trop for a Wasteland, wastes the Mutavault.
Oh, waste the Mutavault. Oh,
right.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, wastelanding that Tundra was potentially gave Kai an out.
Correct.
So
had Brian not played correctly.
In any case, Brian ends up winning that match 2-1. The mysterious card in the sideboard, Squire. Like actual
Squire.
Actual Squire. Brian playing
a Squire.
A Squire in a sideboard. I'm curious what edition that Squire is. I want to know if it's like Awesome Squire.
Yeah. I mean, like, there has to be a story here, right?
I'm making a statement.
Yeah. I mean, there's just no other way to put it.
It's pretty unbelievable. This might be the best Squire has ever done in a tournament. So
yeah, absolutely. I mean, they've got to like have a bet, right? Like, Squire will make top 8, top 16 of a Legacy Premier event. If it does, then X.
Yeah.
Right.
It's very possible. We'll see what happens. So we'll come back into the booth. Gavin, we're here with Drew 11. We've seen three matches. I think we're probably out of matches to watch. Is that right? All right. So we're out of matches. I think the round is actually probably slowly creeping to a close.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of different decks. What do you think? What do you think is at the top of this format right now?
I think it's got to be the blue decks that have Brainstorm, Mental Misstep, Force of Will, Jason the Mind Sculptor, and either Ancestral Vision or Standstill, and then Mystics or